What I'm going to show you today is how to do the hokum bow for the song Orange Blossom Special. If you're not a real advanced fiddle player and you haven't done a lot of two-fingered double stops, then you're probably going to want to start off with a different song to learn the hokum bow. And I would suggest something like Back Up and Push, where the double stops are easier to get in tune and where you don't have to reach and stretch so far to make the double stops. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you what the bow stroke is, I'm going to show you what the fingerings are for it, and I'm also going to show you how you can help get those in tune, because that's probably the hardest part about doing this. You're going to want to start off really slowly. Make sure you continue to practice the bow stroke slowly as you learn it and even as you get it up to speed. If you don't, then you're going to find out one day that you just all of a sudden can't do it even though you've been doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, and you're going to have your first finger on the D string. You're going to have a high 3 on the G string. And then every other time when you add a finger, you're going to be adding your middle finger to the D string. And what the hokum bow stroke is it's basically 3-note patterns that are repeated 5 times. The 6th time it's a single bow stroke. You always start on a pull. You always end on a push. That's very, very important. So when you get into it, you need to make sure that you're getting into it with a pull. So whatever you do, you have to be finishing with a push. So you're going to start off, and the first 3 notes are, so I'm playing D and G twice, and then I'm going up to D and A. And then the second time you do this, you're going to add your middle finger here to the D string. And you only add it to that upper note. You have to make sure as you do these 3-note patterns that you don't stop every 3 notes. What I just did, you're going to do twice. So you would play. And then you're going to do one more time and end on that push. So you have the same thing 5 times as far as a 3-note pattern goes, and then you end the 6th time with a push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the complete hokum bow pattern. Now, when I talked about not stopping between the patterns, this is the mistake that a lot of people make when they practice it by themselves. They'll play rest, rest. You don't want to do that. Make sure that you keep that pattern going, like if you're tapping your foot. Then you're ready for the next pattern. It's the same thing, but you're going to have a different fingering position now. You're going to switch. You're going to be 2 on D, 4 on G. And to get this in tune, tune your middle string here. So go to your D2, tune it to your open A string, and then don't move that finger, and then put your pinky on the G string and get that in tune. So that you're in tune now. The other thing that you're going to want to do, make sure that you're rotating your arm under the fiddle so that you're bringing it around. That will help you get a curve right here in your pinky so that you can clear this other string. It's going to be really important for you to do that. Pinky's got to be able to stand up when you're doing that. And now when you add the finger every other time, it's going to be your index finger. And again, I'm going to do that here. Hopefully that'll help you see it a little bit better. And then you're going to switch to the 2 middle strings now. You're going to go back to the same thing that you did before, same fingerings, 1 and 3, but you're a string up now. So now your 1 is on A and your high 3 is on D. So now you're in tune. Once again, I'm using my open E string to help tune my A1. Once that's in tune, then I find my high 3. And I've got and now you're switching to the 2 and 4 position again on these 2 strings. Now what you want to do is you want to practice all of those from the beginning and try to make it through all 4 positions without stopping. You want to keep it very slow and steady so that there's no stops at all. So from the beginning you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll do all of that again, and that completes the Hokum bow section for Orange Blossom Special. Now a couple of tips for you. The first tip is try to play more towards the end of your bow, the tip of it, rather than towards the frog. And the reason why is if you look at our bowing, this is a lot harder to control than this is. You have a lot more ability to control the bow out here. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to gradually speed this up. You're going to make it to a point to where you're not going to be able to think about it any faster. So you'll reach a certain speed where you can still think about it, and then there'll be a cutoff where you can't think about it. You need to be able to go into automatic pilot to really play this quickly. And so you may be stuck kind of on that edge for a while until you can get past that. Even after you get past that and you get this in automatic pilot, I can't stress enough how you need to make sure you go back to the manual mode and play it really slowly at least one time, I would say for 3 months or so after you get it. I've seen student after student come in, get it, they can play it really well, they stop playing it slowly, and one day they come in here to play it and all of a sudden it's like their arm won't move. It's almost like, I don't know what happens. I've just seen it over and over again. So make sure you keep practicing it slowly even after you get it quickly. I'm going to speed this up and let you hear what it sounds like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One other thing I want to talk to you about, to make this sound really good, make sure you get good double stops on every single note. Don't allow your double stops only to be on the note that's changing. Sometimes the other mistake that I see people do, I'll hear something like, you don't get near as nice a sound as you do if you get those double stops. So you want to make sure you get both notes in there when you play it. When you speed it up, this is usually how I do it. I have my students start out slow, and I'll do something like this. And you can kind of see how I gradually sped that up. The accent that you're hearing on the upper note will start to happen by itself as you speed the song up. So don't worry about it at a slow speed trying to accent any notes. Make them all even, make them all steady, and as you speed that up, it will automatically happen. I hope this helps you get the Hokum bow down. It's a tough thing to get down, but once you get it down, it's going to be really easy, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. Thanks.